Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail displayed. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to swishes, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
Welcome to Excuse the Takeover. Happy Wednesday, everybody. You know what you're supposed to do. Hit the like button on your way in and subscribe to both channels, all channels. iamzomedia, WBB Universe, and then you got to go over to Excuse the Takeover and subscribe over there as well. Make sure you hit the like button on all channels. What's going on, chat? Make sure everybody gets active in the chat. Answer the questions as we go. We can't read everything. We prioritize super chats for sure. So show us some love, and we'll get to your question if you have one throughout this chat. But look, man, we got some great topics to get into. It's going to be a great day of hoops and talking hoops. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and comment, and hit the all notification button so you know every single time we drop a YouTube short or go live. Man, look, it's been a week in women's basketball. Things are obviously heating up as the season comes to an end. About 9-10 games from the season ended. So look, man. Oh, okay. So look, it's so many things to talk about. But first, how you feeling, Zoe? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Got some MVP combos to have. Man, I'm feeling good. Shout out to women's basketball, man. Shout out to the chatters. Shout out to the super chatters. Shout out to our members, man. Hey, I'm ready to go. Hey, today gonna be an interesting Wednesday, man. A lot of fun stuff to talk about.
A lot of fun stuff to talk about, to get into. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. But y'all gotta tune in now. You gotta be there. I don't know what to tell you if you're not here, but you have to be here. Make sure y'all stay tuned, dog. Look. Make sure you stay tuned.
Stay locked in.
Subscribe to all channels. Subscribe to all channels. They're all in the chat. So make sure you subscribe to all channels and hit the like button on all channels. I mean, without further ado, let's get into the first topic at hand. We got to talk about a couple of the head MVP runners. We got to talk about AT versus Asia Showdown. AT versus Asia Showdown. MVP Showdown. Is this the final MVP statement? Is this the final MVP statement? Obviously, you had Phoenix against Vegas, and Phoenix walked away with the win, man. Vegas walks away with the win. Vegas walks away with the win. Great game. I'm hoping y'all caught it and just saw some great hoops. But look, let's get into it. AT versus Asia. I've had AT won for a long time now, and I haven't changed on that. And then, we had like Fee before she went down, and then we had Asia, and Asia game by game continues to climb. Not that she was that far down anyway. So what you thinking? What you thinking about the showdown between these two?
I mean, most consensus. Look, last night I covered the game. Again, if you're an Aces fan, y'all already know I'm trying to build my channel up to be the #1 Aces channel on YouTube. I actually got some interesting stuff coming via the Aces this summer, which is gonna be interesting. Y'all gonna be shocked, but that's some surprising news for later on this summer. But I mean, when you think about that matchup, I'm watching that matchup, Key, and the two things that was important with that matchup was the fight for the number 2 seed, home court advantage through the playoffs until the finals, right? That's like the number one thing. But then the second thing is when you think about the MVP race, you got Alicia Gray. Last night, you got Alicia Gray and you got Ajawilson, both arguably top 4 in the MVP race, right? So I'm looking at last night's game and I was thinking, like, does this move Alicia Gray out the picture? Like, because again, she like, I'm looking at it, does this move Alicia Gray out the picture? So I'm like, okay, this might push her out the picture. It was on national television. It was on national television. And Key, I think she only had 2 points in the fourth quarter. And it was on a broken play. I think she got an offensive rebound and put it back in. Other than that, she didn't do nothing. And she had like 2 turnovers. So we get to tomorrow's matchup, right? You got arguably 2 of the top 3 for MVP. So I felt like Asia bumped Alicia Gray out, right? Even though I think they got one more matchup. But for now, I'm talking again. Every week we'll kind of update what the standings kind of are. But for now, Alicia Gray is kind of out the picture.
Yeah,
she's kind of out the picture in a sense, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, now, cause see, I wanted to bring up last night so people can understand how important tomorrow's game is, Key, because now you got 2 of the top 3 battling it out again for the number 2 seed. Both of them are a half game out of the number 2 seed. Technically, I don't know. Atlanta got the Lynx, they got Aces again, and they got the Mercury. That's their next 3 games, I think. Or is the Liberty? Is it the Liberty? I think it's the Aces, Liberty, and the Lynx. I think that's their next 3 games for Atlanta. So, I mean, both teams, if you going in the locker room, both teams, before that game kicks off, got the opportunity to say the winner of this game is the number 2 seed. And again, Key, you know my standing. That number 2 seed puts you in front row. Front row. It's like at the movie theater. You go to the movie theater, Key, and you know you got them seats up there where the broke people sit. Because the broke people sit, they don't get no blanket, they seat don't recline back, you know, up there. Like growing up, you always thought that was the cool people because your parents ain't want to buy them tickets down there. You always thought the cool people would be up top. No, the broke people up top. I realized my parents didn't want to buy me no expensive tickets. The recliner seats at the bottom, the food tray at the bottom. So right now, Asia got a recliner seat with the food tray in front of her with some wine. Like I mean, look. Key, Asia just beat the Liberty. She just beat Phoenix. She just beat Atlanta. Now she got the Phoenix again. At what point do we say AT? Because see, Key, this is what I've been tripped out about, Key. Notice this, Key. The whole time we've been talking about the MVP race, because I know you kind of got AT where you got AT right, though. I ain't mad at you. Everybody got their own opinion on how they view what the MVP is. Everybody got their own criteria. So that's why I don't really get mad. I just like cooking people. That's why I don't really get mad. Everybody got their own view of the MVP thing. Because it's the MVP conversation is always so broad because mainstream media makes it so broad because they always want to pick and choose who the MVP is, but they don't realize they make the fans create these alternative eras of what the MVP standings is, right? Because ESPN or the voting people, they don't have a strategic baseline for the MVP year by year. Every year they want to introduce something different of why this person should win MVP. So when I look at it, Key, this whole time. AT hasn't had no pressure. Honestly, I'm talking not from her, Key, not from AT, and like what Phoenix need from her. I'm talking from the MVP conversation. The whole time, nobody on ESPN is saying AT gotta do this, she gotta show up this game, or she can lose the MVP award. They gotta win this many games, or she can lose. Like the AT MVP award conversation has always been around. She's in running to get it because of what Phoenix is in the triple double. That's just the conversation for her. The pressure is AT gotta show up this game. Like, has AT had that game yet? Where the mainstream media is saying AT got to show up or she's out the conversation. Has she had that game yet this season? Like, I'm asking you. Like, do you think she's had that game? Not totality of the season, Key. I'm talking about, like the MVP. You know what it is? It's like Key. It's like football back in the day. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. I don't care what both of their records is. I don't care how many yards they got. The MVP voters are watching that game, and that game means more to the MVP case than what they've done all season, regardless of how they dragged their team along. Tom Brady with no receivers. That matchup determined those two, because both those two are in the conversation year over year. So I'm just thinking about AT. This is her moment. Not saying she's not going to accomplish it. I'm just saying this is AT's moment to bring the be pressured. Like, you gotta knock Asia off the mountain. This is the last time playing. They're both fighting for the number 2 seed. AT, you want the MVP? This is your opportunity. This right here, because right now, some people got Asia with it. If you look at ESPN saying Asia right now. If you look at Twitter, some people still got Fee, even though she's supposed to be coming back. Some people got AT because of the triple double. Some people got Asia because of the team that she's on. Like, when you just look around, those three are arguably your top 3. So this is AT moment to solidify 1 or 2, and probably a lot of voters' eyes, because Asia's on a roll. So this is her opportunity, kid. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at the pressure moments of what makes an MVP. This is her moment that they're going to play. If she wins it and she dominates tomorrow, this is the game they're going to play when she wins the MVP award. This is going to be playing on ESPN when they're giving her the trophy. That's how that works. That's how that works. That's literally how it works.
Man, let me know.
That's how it works.
Let me know.
You got it. You got the flow. You got the flow.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? It's 113 of y'all. Make sure you hit the like button on all pages, comment, and subscribe. I mean, you can go ahead and let us know who you think the MVP is in the chat. Go ahead in the chat and let us know who you got right now. As of today, it doesn't mean it's gonna end off in the season. But let us know. Let us know in the chat. Here's what I gotta say. This MVP race, this is great. I mean, it's super close to me between everybody. It's not, I don't feel like anybody is superseding to the point where it should be like outright, this is, and I like that. It makes things a little bit more complicated. As far as AT goes, right? Because I have AT1, right? Asia 2, feed 3 now. I had an AT feed Asia, right? So those are my top 3, period. And the reason why I brought up Alicia Gray on Stars Hoop Central was because I was like, per everybody, I'm listening to everybody talk about criteria and stuff. Per everybody criteria, she kind of creeps up in the conversation for at least votes. I didn't say she should win it before at least votes. Here's the thing about AT. Let's be clear. To start the season and until maybe a few weeks ago, everybody acted like, including the media, hopped on the train of, Fee is the MVP. She had the award. Let's be clear. She had it. Not getting it, but had the award. It's hers to lose, right? AT matched up against hers to lose and said, this is AT's house, right?
Hey, hold on, Key. I just want the chat. I'm not interrupting you, Key. I'm not interrupting you. I just want the chat to really listen to what you're about to say, because I'm going to use it against you. Continue. I just want the chat to be aware. I just want the chat to be aware.
No, because he's asking me, oh, don't she got to do this or that, right? That's what he's telling me, right? So now it's, oh, well, with Asia, don't she got to win this matchup with Asia to win MVP? And in my opinion, no, she doesn't have to win this matchup with Asia. She just has to get the seeding. And that doesn't depend on one game. It doesn't depend on the matchup with Asia. She does not have to do it with. This is a annoying conversation to have a lot of times, because people get their panties in a bunch. When I am a fan of all three women, a huge fan of all three women, including Asia. But to me, Asia is creeping up there and very well could win the award. I'm not saying she can't, but she's creeping is my point. To just say like Asia's the MVP now, I can't say that. That's not, I'm sorry. And now it's like, oh, well, now that, mind you, AT been doing AT things all season. And now it's like Asia's creeping up, and it's like, oh, AT gotta beat Asia to win. It's like, no, she has to get seeding. I feel like she has to get seeding. That's what matters. So if she win every other game and lose against Asia, should she not get MVP? Because she lost against Asia and the Las Vegas Aces, by the way. Should she not get seeding? That's my counter question. Should she not get MVP just because? Like, let's say Phoenix gets number 2 or 3 seed. Aces get 1 or 2 seeds behind that. Aces get 3rd or 4th seed. Because the thing about it is, AT and Asia is the closest to me in the race. Sorry to me, right? Both of them are like leading multiple category or high as hell in multiple categories. AT number 1 in assists, Asia number 1 in blocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Multiple categories do they lead, and they're both extremely impactful. So for me, it's like this. And Asia's just creeping up on AT. And then you throw Fee in there, whatever. But to me, I just feel like the matchup is not the deciding factor to me. It's seeding. I think seeding is going to be the deciding factor. It really, I think that's what it's going to come down to. If the Aces could get a higher seeding than Phoenix, I don't know. I don't know what the WNBA does, because
that's cap, Key. That's cap.
It's just not cap. It's not cap. How is it cap?
I just want the audience to hear what you just said, because watch how I'm gonna use it against her. I ain't even gonna tell her when, but Key, I'm the audience. Key is saying that head to head, AT won, said this is her house, right?
With Fee.
With Fee, who everybody came into the preseason saying Fee was the MVP. You feel like AT said this is my house and took it from her when everybody was pulling for Fee, correct? That's what you're saying?
I said she does not have to win every single matchup, because Asia didn't even win every single matchup. Like, what? How is that? What? I don't get that. She won it against one of the MVP front runners. Phoenix has won games against Atlanta. Phoenix has won games against Atlanta. Like, what? You don't have to win every single. That's what I'm saying.
This is wild.
I don't think you have to win every single matchup, because then we could use that against Asia. Asia didn't win every single matchup. But we know what Asia's like. Come on. We know who Ajawilson is. I don't think
it's not about the matchup, Keys. It's about the important matchups. That's why I phrased it with, this is for the number 2 seed. This is all the money on the line. You got 7 games left. You got 2 weeks left in the regular season. This is for all the marbles for home court. This is a matchup that solidifies your MVP case. Them playing in June or May, has no bearing on the MVP case. It's not about the actual game. It's about the meaning of the games. It's like this, Key. It's like a final seed for the playoffs kind of thing, or a seeding. Like, this game means more than any other time they play.
No. Are you telling me that if the Aces win, right, but the Aces don't get the higher seeding, you feel like Asia should win over AT? That's what you're telling me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Oh. I'm saying this game, Key, I'm not saying this game determines who wins the MVP. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, that's why I prefaced it with games like this is the game they show on the screen when that MVP award is handed to a player. These the games that they show. When they say, remember this game in your MVP case, in the summertime, when people are saying AT is the MVP, this is the game they're going to talk about. They're not going to talk about a game that happened in May. They're going to talk about this game where AT put Asia in her place and solidified the number 2 seed. Key, it's about the optics of it. Optics makes the MVP case. It's about the optics. It's not about her triple-double right now. It's not about Asia's dominance on both ends of the floor. Sometimes it's about the optics when you're matched up that goes into the voters' minds. Because, Key, we all know this, and this isn't conjecture. This is a fact. 80% of MVP voters only watch the important games. They don't watch the entire season. Some of them have literally came out and said it on national television. They watch it. The committee sends them certain games that they need to pay attention to, and that's the games they put their chips on the line for. I guarantee you, this offseason, one of those people who vote on the MVP is going to have a write-up, or they're going to say it live on national TV when they're sitting on the ESPN podium. They're going to be saying, that game right there won me over on who I was going to be voting for. That's what I mean, Key. It's not that they're going to say this game is a deciding factor. They're going to look at a game like this with 8 games left when both of these teams are a half a game out of the second seed, and say, this game right here is going to be important to how I look at the MVP case. Because like we talked about, mano y mano. This, Key, you don't think this is the most important game for both of these teams?
No.
What?
No.
What would be their most important game then?
I don't think so.
What would be their most important game?
I mean,
Key, this is the tiebreaker. Key, the winner of this game owns the tiebreaker. The winner of this game will probably be the 2 seed.
Possibly, but look, I still don't think it's the most important game. Like, I just don't think that. I think wherever they end with the seeding is the most important thing. This is not their last game, bro. That's just where I'm at with it. It's not the most important game to be. Listen, it's 200 of y'all in here. Hit the like button on all pages and subscribe. I definitely think, I that I feel like it's a whole picture to it. Mind you, so the last time they played the Lynx. Let me see. When did they play the Lynx? When did the Mercury play the Lynx? It's like, bro, I don't think that's the whole picture. That's just me. Now, it'll definitely shake things up. I feel like it's a part of the picture. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm not saying them matching up twice, and if AT and Phoenix or Asia and the Aces don't win at least one of these matchups, obviously Aces won one already, so it's AT and Phoenix really do need to win one, right? I'm not saying that that's not important to the entire picture, right? I'm not saying that's not a part of the argument for whoever is about to vote. But I just feel like to say like it really just lands on this moment and whoever wins this matchup should be MVP based off of the matchup. I can't say that. I just can't say it.
How many times I gotta say that's not what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not saying one game determines a MVP. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the voters are going to look at a game like this. Again, some voters probably already got their MVP locked up probably 2 weeks ago. Some people already know who their MVP is, right? But some people are probably on the fence on who's one, who's two. If some people got Asia 1 or AT2 or vice versa, a game like this could determine who they're voting for. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I said that this is a pressure game for the MVP case for some of these voters. And yeah. I guarantee you, there's players in AT's locker room right now that's hyping her up for this game because they know this is probably going to be important for her MVP case. I guarantee you, Key, there's players in her locker room right now at practice getting her ready for this game. Like, AT, we going to you early and we going to you often. And when you pass us the ball, we got you. I guarantee you, if there's somebody on the fence, about who they're voting for between these two, a game like this could be a deciding factor.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Bruh, I understand what you're saying, and I definitely think it's a factor. I think it's a factor. I think I've made it clear that I think it's a factor. I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, especially if you lose twice to them so late in the season. I definitely think it matters, and it's a factor. It just doesn't tell the entire picture. And I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm just saying that on my own. And this is not the last game of the season, so it doesn't affect seeding by the end of the season. But I understand that it'll affect their seeding when the game is over. I'm not an idiot. I want to make that clear. I'm an idiot. I know that they're literally tied. Once that game is over, whoever wins the game gets the third seed, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they get the first seed.
They get whoever wins this game.
They get the second seed. The winner of this game gets the second seed, possibly.
Yes, gets the second seed. Sorry about that. Gets the second seed.
Because the only reason the Liberty in Atlanta is still right there because they've played more games.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why it's only at half a game.
I mean, it's definitely important. I don't know where and what I said that I never said it wasn't important. I never said that it has nothing to do with the picture of it. And I never said it doesn't affect seeding. I'm just saying if that is all this, like I would be saddened. And honestly, that's a whole different discussion. I don't really like how they do MVP voting then, if that's what it comes down to. But
Key, nobody likes it, Key. That's why I said earlier. ESPN and all of the voters that create the voting committee is the reason we got to have these conversations, because they don't have standard guidelines for the MVP award. Every year they switch up why a person won it or why they voted for a person, whether it be they beat more of the top teams, so that's why they gave it to them, or this year this player had the most impact on their team, or this year this player took their team out the gutter and brought them to the playoffs. Like every year is a different standard for the MVP. It's not a clear guideline. So we get on here and now we gotta try to differentiate and try to come to a conclusion on how they're going to vote for it.
It's 265 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, y'all. And subscribe. For me, it's the whole picture. I'm sorry. I'm not about to just. I don't. That's just how I am. Not gonna change either. So everybody got to get over it. It's the whole picture for me. Other people could have their own criteria, whatever they want to do. And the committee is gonna have their own. So. And it's not based off of how I see it. It's not based off of how I see it. But I'm looking at the entire picture. MVP for me is not one game or or it just don't work like that for me. I'm sorry, it don't work like that for me. So it is what
I
it
feel
is.
that though. I feel that.
And I'm not gonna change that about myself. One thing about me, I have yet to change these YouTube streets in real life, and I'm not gonna do that now. So if you think you've been finna tell me, not talking to you, Zoe, how to see something or whatever, I'm not finna do that. You gotta get over it, move on. It is what it is. But it's an important game for sure. So what are you looking for from both teams? Like, what you looking for from both teams in this next matchup? Because that last game was a very close game to the point where it came down to a miscommunication between Sabali, and AT. I was going to say AT&T. To the point where it came down to that. So what do you? It's going to be possibly very close again. So what are you expecting to see from both teams to solidify leading and MVPing?
I think this is going to be an overtime game. I think this game is going to go to overtime. I think for the Mercury, they need to find a way to expose the Aces perimeter defense and continue to attack their small guards with Kalia Copper and AT, getting them in pick and roll, pulling Asia away from the basket. Satu taking advantage of her size down low. She got to get out of her comfort zone a little bit. If I'm the Mercury, that's what I'm kind of game planning at practice today. Like, and going through walkthroughs and installing new plays where we can get Satu down low, pull Asia from the basket, use her size, get their smaller guards and pick and roll with AT and Kalia Copper and even Satu sometimes on the pick and pop. And for the Aces, I need to find a way to hide Jewel Lloyd on defense, put her on a slower player, be able to protect the perimeter, force them to play inside out and not outside in, because Phoenix is a jump shooting team. So Aces need to come out, jump on top of them early, force them into tough shots, and take them out of their comfort zone of AT running pick and roll and kicking it to shooters. So you got to be able to harass the Phoenix Mercury on the perimeter, force them to play inside out, because their bread and butter is spreading the court, shooting threes, and letting AT go to work in the post and getting Kalia Copper downhill. Like, force Kalia Copper to be a jump shooter. That's not really her forte. Even though she can get on she's a streaky shooter. Like, she'll have a game where she's 3 for 6 from 3, then the next game she's 1 for 8. Like, she has those kind of game. Like, she's a streaky shooter. So you got to force them out of what they want to actually get into. Again, during the regular season, a lot of teams don't want to show their full hand of how they will play a team. But this game means so much for the standings for both of these teams. I guarantee you, both of these coaches are probably going to pull out some of these stops and some of these sets and installs they will use in the playoff matchup, because of how important this game is. Both of these teams need this game.
I'm muted. For sure. Make sure you hit the like button, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Man, for sure. I think you got to do whatever it takes to win this game. And whether that be sitting a player for longer than you normally would, do whatever it takes to win. For both teams, to me. Like, you got to do whatever it takes. I think that Phoenix has to come out hitting on all cylinders right away. Yeah. They got to knock the Aces off their square immediately. I mean, it is what it is. Now is not the time to play games. I think if you not clicking early on, if I'm Nate, man, I'm gonna bite the bullet, which I think he's willing to do. He sat Sably in one of their matchups. I think they still lost the game. Don't get me wrong, but he has the coaching mindset of, like, I don't care who you are, I'll sit you if you're not giving me what I need. And so I feel like you're gonna have to do what you gotta do in this type of game. This is gonna be, to me, y'all, this is more of a mental game than anything. Hear me out. It's more of a mental game than anything. And this is where the Aces do have a a foot up, right? Or a leg to stand on, whatever you want to call it like a tier up, a level up on Phoenix. And that's why I won't stop because I think the media don't show AT enough love, me personally, and I'm gonna keep doing that. Mind you, I have no reason to do this, y'all. Do y'all know when she clotheslined Angel last year? Like, I never liked her. Angel started liking her. I don't care. I was like, Angel, you cool with her. I still don't like you. But I know how to not like somebody and not lie about their talent. I know how to do that. And AT is extremely talented. That team should not be where they're at, and they're not there without AT. Now, with that being said, though, you have Ajawilson, Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd. No matter how much we have not cared for her playing this season, you still got Jewel Lloyd. You got Jackie Young on your team. That level-headedness that you kind of need, that staying with itness, that all of that, they have that. And this game, to me, is more of a mental matchup than anything. Obviously, X's and O's coaching is going to come into it, but it's about keeping your head in the game no matter what goes wrong, no matter you're not getting the calls. Satu Sabli crying. Dewana Bonner crying.
Yeah.
He can be a crier as well. I didn't like it on the Connecticut Sun last year. Everybody talked about Caitlin-Clark. I talked about Caitlin-Clark and AT last year. I don't like criers like that. Like, when you do too much crying, I don't like that shit. So that is a team that they get out of it if they don't get their veteran calls. Dewana Bonner and Breanna Stewart, y'all, they are veteran calling type players. They do plays to get calls from the ref. Literally watch their bodies when they do their little mid-range shots and they act throwing and flailing everywhere. And I don't hate the player, right? That's how it is. You get veteran calls, you do veteran moves to get them called. Dewana Bonner's one of them people. And when she don't get the call, she get the get back on defense. Get back on defense. What are you doing? Shut up. Lock in. We need this seating, and we need to help. And that's another thing. Team camaraderie. We need to make sure people know who AT is, right? So, listen. I think this is going to come down to mental toughness as much as X's and O's, and maybe even more mental toughness than anything. And that's where the Aces do have one leg up on Phoenix Mercury. But it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited for that game. I'm assuming iamzomedia will be doing the live play-by-play.
Hey, iamzomedia is the Aces channel. You already know what it is.
Okay.
You ain't even got to question that.
So make sure you guys head over there tomorrow. iamzomedia will be covering the Aces game at 10 p.m. It's on Amazon Prime too. I'll be locked and loaded. I watch all the games, but I'll for sure be watching that. That's gonna be a good one. It's giving playoffs per usual. Yeah, y'all lock in, man. Make sure you guys check that out for sure. We'll see what happens and depending on who wins, what's being said about the MVP showdown after that, and the statement that this game makes, okay? And the statement that this game makes. So we'll see. It's 264 y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe on all channels. And listen, we got to get into another showdown that we have to get into. The rookies of the year. We got to get into the rookies of the year. Paige versus Soniacitron at this point. As you know, the season starts to end. Before the playoffs, they're going to give out superlatives. And like I said, it's 9 to 10 games left. I think they're the clear front runners. I don't think there's anybody else in there. I'm sure some other people might get some votes. But at the end of the day, I think it's just them two right now. Last women standing at this point. It's 274, y'all. Okay, hit the like button. All right, hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. But yeah, I mean, as I said, and been kind of saying about this, it's not unanimous. It's still a race happening. To me, it's kind of like and this is not because some of y'all be trying to do this. MVP and rookie of the year is two different things. But to me, it's the same thing with AT and with Ajawilson. Like, it's just so close that either one could overstep the other one so easily. So with Paige and Sonia, that's what it's looking like, man. That's what it's looking like. The gap is so small between the both of them. The gap is so small between the both of them. But what you got on this topic, Prince?
I just wanted to let the audience know that I am the best chess player on YouTube, and when it comes to debates, and you got $1 and your rent due, bet $1 on me. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. If you got $1 to your name and your rent due, if your rent due and you got $1 to your name and you live near a casino, bet $1 on me. You gonna get your rent paid, and you're gonna be able to take your spouse out to dinner. That's what we do. We put a little money on top of that. Key. See, hey, look. Watch this chess move, y'all. Remember in the last topic, see, this is why I wanted the audience to really hear what Key was saying. Remember in the last topic, Key just said, now before anybody comment, remember in the last topic, that's why I asked her twice and I stopped her before she went on her tyrant. I wanted the audience to listen to what she had to say. Remember, Key just made a case for AT over Fee. I'm going to give you her first example. She said Fee was the front runner going into the regular season by most pundits. Paige was the front runner going into the regular season for Rookie of the Year by most pundits. She then said Fee played AT and went into her house, and AT said, "This is my house," and beat her. Soniacitron has dominated Paige in both matchups. Soniacitron, and they've played twice. Soniacitron has averaged more points than her. Soniacitron has played better defense than her. Soniacitron had more responsibility. Both times they played, I watched both games, and I dare you lie, I watched both games.
I brought that up already. You ain't saying nothing I already know.
Okay. So if that means so much for you, Key, why don't that same thing apply to what Soniacitron got going on with Paige? I'm confused. Are you only using the argument when it fits your argument? Is that statement? No. And I want the jury to hear this, Your Honor, because I need the jury to decide. Is your statement only applicable when you feel the means and you feel the vindication to use it to make a point for your case? But when the next woman comes up in there with a speeding ticket, just like AT had, you don't want to use that same argument. Now you want her to pay her speeding ticket.
Let me know when I can go.
You had that young lady sitting in the stands waiting on her docket number. You the DA. You went use this whole soliloquy for one, and then the other person get up there, and now you want to use all of this other stuff that got nothing to do with the conversation. When you just made this whole political spiel about how AT is taking it because nobody expected her. Nobody expected the Mystics to be this good. No, AT, don't you know Soniacitron? And I know you know this because I sent it to you earlier. I'm petty, y'all. Hey, if y'all don't know me off of YouTube, I am the most pettiest person in the world. I'm petty. He knows this, but a lot of y'all don't. If y'all ain't see my community post, Soniacitron is the all-time leading scorer in rookie points in a single season in Washington Mystics history. Hey, let me run y'all through some of the players that's been on the Mystics. Elena Deladine, Ariel Atkins, multiple number 1 picks, multiple number 2 picks, multiple number 3 picks, multiple number 4 picks. Go look at the Mystics history. They done had some ballers over there that they done drafted as rookies. Soniacitron, who y'all been disrespecting for 2 weeks. Matter of fact, y'all been disrespecting Soniacitron since she was at Notre Dame, and she put belt ass to Paige. They last year at Notre Dame. Soniacitron got a red hand right now for putting belt ass to Paige for the last year and a half. Soniacitron is tired. How much running she got to do? How many times she got to swing the belt key for y'all to get the picture? How many times she got to swing the belt for y'all to be disciplined? She keep telling y'all to clean y'all room. How many times y'all gonna let y'all room be dirty when y'all see Soniacitron car pulling in the parking lot?
Let me know when I could go. Please let me know when I could go.
I'm just trying to figure it all out, Key.
Please,
I'm just trying to figure it all out, Key.
Please let me know.
That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I'm just trying to figure it all out. Because we want to say, look, this people want to say Paige is the rookie of the year because they feel sorry for her. What? So that's what we do. We use rookie of the year because we want to feel sorry for people. Key, watch y'all. Look, audience, watch this, audience. Guess what Key's gonna say? Key's gonna say Citron got a better coach. Citron got a better team. Citron around better players. Citron is got a better roster. That's about to be my argument. And I rest your case, my honor. And I rest your case, my honor. Look, Key, your argument is watered down, but you got it.
I don't gotta say none of that.
You got it. I rest my audience. Why should you use those talking points, audience? Why should you use those talking points, audience?
Are you ready for me? Audience, are you ready for me? Are you ready? Are you ready for the key facts? Are you ready for the key facts? It's 268 of y'all. I need you to hit the like button, get you a cold drink, not a drink, a cold drink, and sit down and listen to what I had to say. I ain't finna use nothing he talking about. Zoe just said, Prince, iamzomedia, just said, Soniacitron scored the most points by a rookie in Mystics history, he says. Do y'all know last week he came at me talking about stop bringing up the fastest to whatever points? Yes, he did. Yes, he did tell me. He said stop bringing up the fastest points to whatever and this and that. That don't got nothing to do with the argument, right? He's talking about feeling bad for. I don't feel bad for a white woman millionaire. I don't feel bad for Paige. I'm sorry. If you know anything about me and my politics, I don't feel bad for her. All right? I don't. The reality is, though, that at this stage in the game, they're neck and neck. They are. Soniacitron is not the rookie of the year. Stop it. They're neck and neck, but Soniacitron is not the rookie of the year. Mind you, MVP and rookie of the year is two different conversations. And I brought up the napheesacollier and the AT to say that there's a bigger picture to the MVP versus MVP matchup. I didn't say that to say that should win AT. I never said that. I didn't say, oh, well, she beat napheesacollier, so that means that she should win MVP. I never said that. You ain't heard me say that not once. That's not what I said. I said in the bigger picture of things, it's all about the entire season and every MVP that you play, type of caliber player, and all of that. And where you end in seeding. That's what I said. I never brought that argument up to say that. So also, I went live about a week ago, whatever, and talked about is Paige unanimously rookie of the year. And I brought up the fact that Soniacitron in a head-to-head matchup, Soniacitron, she be beating Paige in a head-to-head matchup, averages more points, etc., etc. I brought that up. I'm one of the people who brings that up in the argument because I don't think Paige should win it unanimously. However, here is where things get murky for Soniacitron. The statistical categories plus the eye test. No, not just the stats and not just the eye test. Where Soniacitron is not even nowhere near Paige. Paige is not just doing rookie of the year stuff. Paige is doing top 10 player stuff. She's not just doing rookie of the year. She's doing top 10 player stuff in major statistical categories. That is why she edges her out. That is my argument, period. And that has been my argument. That has not changed. I don't even care about the team stuff. And the only reason when I bring that up is to say Well, okay, cool. But how is Paige still doing this, arguably, on a worse team? I had neither Mystics or Dallas in the playoffs. And honestly, right now, neither one of them are in the playoffs, though. Neither one of them are in the playoffs. But can we stop acting like Paige ain't hurt? Can we stop acting like Paige ain't hurt to uplift Citron? I have them both literally. Paige, do y'all see his hand? Paige, Soniacitron. It's not unanimous, but I'm not about to put Paige down to uplift Soniacitron. I'm just not gonna do it. But where Paige has the edge up, is she like, come on, what are we doing? What are we talking about? I really want to understand it. I want to understand it, and I don't get it. Feel bad for Paigebueckers? I don't feel bad for Paige, who just won a championship. I don't feel bad for Paigebueckers, who came out of college a 40, 50, 90 player. I don't feel bad for her. There's nothing to feel bad about. I just always keep it real. And I'm not going to change. It is. Soniacitron scoring the most rookie points in Mystics history does not change the fact that Paige, at this specific moment, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 8 or 9 games. At this specific moment, it doesn't change the fact to me that Paige is still Rookie of the Year.
This is why I'm him. This is why I'm him.
What I don't like, and I said it on my own live, shameless plug. I said it on my own live. I don't like that the WNBA has dropped the ball and brought Soniacitron more into the picture than they have. They haven't done a good job, bro. They haven't done a good job. So I will say I don't like that. That's just what it
is. Hey, look, I want the audience to know. Key knows basketball, y'all. Look, I don't share the screen with people that don't know basketball. Key knows basketball, y'all. But I know y'all like Key. That wasn't a good argument. Trust me, y'all. Key knows basketball, y'all. I'm just him. Look. That's why I don't like debating people. I'm just him. Key knows basketball, y'all. I swear. When me and Key talk basketball offline all the time, Key knows basketball, y'all. So don't hear Key's argument and be like, Key, that was the best you had against Prince. Key knows basketball, y'all. I'm just him. I'm the needle mover for a reason. I'm one of them ones for a reason. Look, y'all, I hear people say this all the time. This is my closing argument, Your Honor. I hear people say this all the time. Rookies aren't supposed to come in the league and have impact. Citron had impact. I hear people say this all the time. Rookies aren't supposed to come in the league. Rookies aren't expected to come in the league and say rookies aren't supposed to be leaders of teams. Citron is one of the leaders on that team. Citron is arguably the leader on that team. Arguably, Citron is the leader on that team. Kiki don't say too much. They follow Citron. If you watch the Washington Mystics play, they follow Citron's lead. Kiki plays off of Citron, not Citron playing off of Kiki. Kiki plays off of Citron. Kiki runs pick and roll with Citron. If Citron don't got a shot, that's when Paige gets hers. I mean, that's when Kiki gets hers. Then secondly, y'all, I hear people say this all the time. People always say Paige is doing great because she's putting up bad numbers on a good team. Don't y'all Key. Matter of fact, let's stay with Dallas for a second. Key, can you tell me who led the WNBA in scoring in 2024? Can you tell the people at home? Because some of these people in the chat right now probably did not watch WNBA basketball in 2024. Can you tell the people in the audience? Can you tell the jury who led the WNBA in scoring in 2024?
Your favorite player?
No.
You said 2024, right? That's last year. You talking about Asia? Asia, your favorite player, Asia. What are you talking about? That's last year. Am I tripping?
Enrique, can you tell the people at home? Can you tell the people at home?
Scoring, I got you.
Can you tell the people at home, did Dallas make the playoffs? Because again, there's people in this very chat who didn't watch the WNBA season last year. Can you tell the people at home if Dallas made the playoffs last year?
What we doing? What we doing?
Because I don't want it to come from me. I want the people to hear from you. Because they like your voice. I want the people to hear from you. Because I didn't know the Dallas Wings made I thought the Dallas Wings had the number 1 pick in the draft. I didn't know they made the playoffs. So all of this, Paige is putting up all of these great numbers. I could have sworn Enrique was on that team last year that lost, putting up good numbers.
What does that have to do with?
The point is, Key, it's harder to put up good numbers on a good team versus putting up good numbers on a bad team. There's a saying in the basketball world. Somebody got to score. Key, go look at go to NBA, go to college, use the WNBA. Look at the point per game scores that are top 10 in scoring every year. Watch how many of those teams actually made the playoffs. Go really pay attention. Go look at some of your top scorers, some of your top rebounders, some of your top assist makers. Go see over history how many of those teams made the playoffs. Key, it's easier to score on bad teams because somebody is going to take boatload of the shots. Somebody's going to have a high usage rate. That team is bad. They're deferring. On solid to good teams, there's no deferring. It's a system. Can you make the shots or not? And if you can't make the shots on a solid or good team, the coach moves on to the next player to see if they can do it. You got to be consistent game over game. Because I guarantee you, Key, if Citron would have came into the league, not scoring what she's scoring, not shooting what she's shooting, they would have moved on from her and probably just put the ball in Sutton's hand and ran pick and roll with Kiki. Citron had to prove, because it's a solid system with a solid roster, she had to prove she deserved to get some of those shots that Brittany Sykes was supposed to get. Paige didn't have to prove that. Paige came in from day one getting the ball on a bad team that deferred to her and Enrique. So I don't understand the whole Paige is putting up all these good numbers and the team bad, and that makes it harder.
Y'all, no. What? Zoe, nobody is saying Citron is on a better team, and that's not her fault. Neither team is in the playoffs right now, though. So neither one is in the playoffs right now. Neither team is in the playoffs right now. So I'm really sure Citron's numbers is a part of her argument for me. So Paige's numbers is a part of her argument for me. It's no different. And then, okay, putting up numbers on a bad team is easier, whatever the case may be, cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, bruh, the eye test lets you know Paige getting them buckets that she be getting is not easy, bro. It's just not. And Enrique and her are like, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. If we take the stats out of it, Sonia Citron definitely doesn't win Rookie of the Year. If we take the stats out of it, that doesn't help Sonia Citron getting the stats out of it. That doesn't help her. So no, we're not going to take the stats out for either player. I'm keeping the stats in for Paige, and I'm keeping the stats in. Like, what we doing? That don't help. That does not help. Like, I don't need Sonia Citron's good stats doesn't put them in the playoffs. So I just. What?
So you're saying Paige deserves Rookie of the Year because when you watch it, she look prettier? her game looks smoother? Is that what you're saying?
No, stop making. I've said this. This is like the third or fourth time.
I just want the jury to hear you. I just want the jury to hear you. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, Keith. I just want the jury to hear you. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
They're probably tired of me saying the same thing over and over. The jury is probably tired of me saying the same thing over and over again. Paige edges out Citron for the same reasons I've been saying over and over, live over live over live. She edges her out. Soniacitron is very close, but she still edges her out. I'm sorry. It's the same reasons, and I'm not taking stats out of it. Why we taking stats out of it? The stats don't help. Taking stats out of it helps Soniacitron. So we can't take stats out of it. We got to keep the stats in. What we doing?
I didn't say take the stats out. See, Key, when you make your argument for Paige, I feel like you lead with the stats and the smoothness of her game, and you lead with she was the preseason favorite.
That's not what I mean.
You gotta adjust. You gotta update your resume of how you say it.
Out of my mouth. I've never said nothing about preseason favorite. I've never said that, and I'm not somebody who feels like just because I don't have Fee. Fee was the preseason favorite. I don't have her winning. I don't have her. I don't think she should win. I literally said that on start. Like what? I don't care about preseason favorites. I care about what I'm seeing and the stats to back it up. I don't care about none of that. What we doing? I don't care about no preseason favorite. I don't feel bad for Paige. If Paige don't win, I still don't feel bad because I think Soniacitron put up a great case. That's why I said it's not unanimous. For me and my household and my troops, what we saying is Paige edges out Soniacitron because Soniacitron is nowhere near Paige in major statistical categories, doing what Paige is doing on the floor. Now, where Soniacitron ends up leveling out that argument is to say, hey, well, I done met up with who y'all think is rookie of the year. I done met up with her, and I average more points. I average more assists when I done met up with her. It makes for an argument for sure. Soniacitron makes for an argument. And those are the things you could bring up. But where Paige wins it out right now is, at the end of the day, the eye test and her stats.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. You just said you're not ordering court. Accusations. You just said, Key. See, I knew you was gonna get there. Y'all gotta pay attention to Key. Key is one of the most smartest women I know in this country. Y'all gotta pay attention to Key. Key be trying to finesse y'all. Key just made a whole soliloquy, and she keep doing it. She keep making a whole soliloquy about how stats don't matter, but pay attention to the end of every argument Key makes for Paige. She ends it. She ends it with stats. When did you end that sentence with? Because maybe some of the audience didn't hear you.
No, you said that. You said it. Why are you putting words in my mouth? You said you think Paige should win because of stats. And I said, no.
Accusations. I didn't say that. Accusations. I didn't say that.
You said that. You're putting words in my mouth. I never said that. I said, what are we doing? Stats matter. You said, this is crazy work. This is crazy. This is wild. The rookie of the year debate is wild, y'all. It is wild. It's wild.
Key, I just want you to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And been doing that.
That's all I want. I just want you to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I want y'all to do this. I want y'all to literally go hop from each stream to each stream and find the change in anything I said. Watch all the streams on where I've talked about rookie of the year and see if there has been a change in anything I have said. Ain't nothing changed. Changed.
Do you recall the time that you said this? Because I need to go see the footage. Do you recall, Your Honor? If she can't recall, Your Honor, if she can't recall the time that she said this, I would like that argument strike from the stand. I would like that argument striked from the deposition. If she can't recall the time when she said that, I would like that strike from the jury. So who's the time?
What I need is for the jury to hit the like button. I need the jury to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and hit the all notification button on all channels, y'all. On all channels. Make sure you do that. Please, please, man. Make sure you guys go do that, man. But it's not going to change the fact that Paige should be Rookie of the Year at this point in the game. I'm sorry. It don't change that. It don't change it. I'm sorry. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. But Paige should be Rookie of the Year at this very moment. Now, if you think Soniacitron should be it, you got an argument for sure. Look, if she won, it wouldn't be crazy to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wouldn't be crazy. Like I said, she beats Paige in the one-on-one matchup. Has had clutch shots during those games and otherwise. Citron is a key piece to the success of the Mystics. I mean, it's so many things. The list goes on and on about Soniacitron and her game. I truly, truly love her game, man, and why she does have an argument for Rookie of the Year. So it absolutely should not be unanimous. And I can't wait to see what them numbers come out to when it does come out. But just for me, and that's not going to change for me, in my household, Paige just edges her out. She edges her out. And that's what it is. And clearly, in the iamzomedia household, Soniacitron edges Paige out. It is what it is.
I gotta go get me a Soniacitron jersey for her Rookie of the Year presentation. So I gotta go find. If anybody on YouTube know where I can get a Soniacitron jersey at, I live in Houston. I want to get a Soniacitron jersey for her rookie presentation, her Rookie of the Year presentation. I'm gonna do it live for y'all. I'm gonna go live when they give her the Rookie of the Year trophy. I got to get me a jersey or something like that. So if anybody in the Houston area know where I can get a Soniacitron jersey without having to order it, I would like that. I would like that information. And I rest my case, Your Honor, and I rest my case.
Yeah. Look, again, make sure you guys hit the like button for sure. Hit the like button. And we got to talk about some more battles. We got to talk about some more battles coming up in the WNBA, some important battles to end out the season. Again, only like 8 or 9 games left, 8, 9, or 10 games, depending on the team. Man, last to the finish line. Who will be the final seed in the 8th spot, y'all? Last to the finish line. Who will be the 8th spot, y'all? Who will be the 8th spot? And it's so funny because we got a good group of people at the bottom. Because you got Seattle number 8 right now. Seattle is just, that's crazy to me. But anyway, Seattle's a 500 team currently at 11. But honestly, like, you gotta throw 6 through 9 in there. You gotta throw Indiana in there because they could slip out depending on their matchups. Indiana could slip out. You got Golden State still fighting Seattle, and then the Los Angeles Sparks. Like, all of them, they not too far off. But I mean, who do you think? Indiana's 6 right now. Who do you think ends up in the 8th spot? Who do you think ends up in the 8th spot?
I have Seattle with the 7th seed, and I have Valkyrie with the 8th spot. And I think the 8th spot is so important because this isn't going to be a normal 8th seed. Again, Seattle has their pitfalls, right? Seattle has been up and down this season. They were in the 4th spot for most of the season until probably like the last month. They last month just been horrible. But Seattle is a team, Key. I don't think nobody wants to see in the first round. Because Seattle is one of those teams you really don't know what kind of team they really are because it's hard. It's like if sometimes they feel like they jogging through the season, and then sometimes they feel like they trying their best. So and they got so much locker room stuff going on with the trades, getting people out of there. I know Golden State has been beating teams. I know Golden State has been a surprise team this season. A lot of people seeing them as a bottom feeder, right, this season, and they surprise people. But I think Golden State is that team. I think in the first round, they're going to get a wake-up call. They're going to get one of those, this ain't the regular season wake-up calls. Because, every year, Key, you watch any sport, NFL, NBA, WNBA, hockey, every year you got that one team that just came out of nowhere. And they just get in the play, they just look good, they get in the playoff and they lose in the first round. So I just think the Golden State, I just think they gonna get that playoff wake-up call, like this is a different atmosphere kind of thing. And they stadium gonna be rocking, it's gonna be sold out. But guess what, Key? They ain't gonna get the home game. They losing in 2. They ain't getting the home game. So whenever they stadium, I know people gonna say, well, it's hard to beat Golden. They ain't even getting the home game. They're going home.
I mean, look, I'm with
Golden
you.
State, but Seattle, Key, they tricky. Key, I know whoever the 2 seed is going to be in the Lynx, but don't be surprised. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't.
It happens. It's happening.
Key, in the first round, all you got to do is win 2 games.
No, for sure. No, for sure. Wait, so do you have Indiana falling completely out of the standings? Where you got? Do you have?
No, I got Seattle in the 8 seed. I got Golden State at 7.
7, and you got Indiana staying at 6.
Yeah, I think Indiana gonna stay at 6. I think they'll stay at 6. They got look, Key, because Indiana got a cupcake schedule. Like they got like 4 tough games coming up, but then go look at their last 6 games. They got a cupcake schedule to finish the season. They got a cupcake schedule.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so you got Seattle staying there. You got them staying there. Okay. So you basically got top 8 staying as it is. Except for
I got it. The top 4 gonna change, but that bottom 4, I got that bottom 4 being that bottom 4.
Okay. I mean, no, I can definitely see Seattle being the 8th seed. And maybe even moving up to 7th and Golden State moving down to 8 possibly or something like that. But I don't think Seattle will fall completely out. I won't say if something crazy, if it happened, they're just on a bad trend for real. So it's not crazy to say, but I do feel like Seattle will ultimately pull it off. It's just too much talent on their team and it's too much going on to where I think players that need to swallow their pride or coaches know that everything is on the line, like your job, everything is on the line. So you got to make sure you at least make the playoffs. So I do feel like they can these last few games for them pull through and make sure they're there. So it could be Seattle at 8 or even Golden State. Honestly, Golden State making it to the playoffs is a win. Them getting swept in the first round, I have no. I'm not sitting up here saying I would be surprised if people are genuinely like, all right, Golden State, you know what I'm saying? But what I do think they will do is wear teams out. I do. Yeah, I don't want to meet up with them because you got other teams to play. Like you might sweep them, but I do think they're gonna weigh on you. They're gonna weigh on you. They're a very physical team, way more defense than offense. So that's kind of where it's at with that as far as Golden State. But making it to the playoffs is good enough. Natalie gets to, I guess, get some experience, and obviously she's been in the playoffs with the Aces, but it's your team with this team and see what they look like to know, like, all right, let's see what we need to do, apply next year, whatever. It gives her a chance to get a little bit more experience, etc. And those players on that team that she does decide to keep. So a win is a win for them if they even make the playoffs. Like, that's insane. I think that keeps in their conversation per se. But ultimately, I think it could be Golden State Valkyrie or Seattle in on that 8th seed, and then they will have to match up with Minnesota. But depending on who it is, Seattle against Minnesota, I don't know, Zoe. I get what you're saying. They would give a team an issue, but Minnesota, they might get one. They might get one, but I don't know.
If it was a 7-game series, yeah, but you just got to win 2 games in the first round. And Seattle technically has a team that was built to go for the championship. Outside of some injured players in this offseason with Harston, but their team is put together to win a championship, not make the playoffs. So them winning a first round matchup as the 8th seed, it would be wow if it was like the Phoenix, if they would beat the Lynx. I don't think they will beat the Lynx. Let me put that out there. I just think the Lynx is a talented team, and I think they just going to. I think they're going to possibly just roll over whoever they play in the first round. But yeah. I wouldn't be like,
oh my God,
like, yeah, because I would know it's Skylar Diggins and Necker and Gabby and Ezzy. You're like, and Sykes is on that team now. Like that team got some firepower. They can outshoot some teams. They guard with the best of them. Like they just haven't figured out how to win games consistently this season. And they've had too many off the court problems where they haven't learned how to balance and manage off the court versus on the court. But at the same time, if you're just being objective, like I said, I don't think they could beat the Lynx, or if they get the 7th seed, whoever's the 2nd seed. I don't think they can beat those teams. I wouldn't put my money on them to beat the 2nd or the first seeded team, because again, 8 seeds normally don't do that. But they're like not your normal 8 seed.
Yeah.
Like they're not your normal 8 seed.
Yeah.
They're not your everyday 8 seeded team.
Yeah. I definitely can see what you're saying. Like even on a like the crazy year of like Chicago Sky winning a championship, right? Like they wasn't a team that people saw winning a championship. Now, obviously, it's arguably different teams and
Key. They got 4 All-Stars and 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm with it. I'm seeing what you're saying.
Normal 8 seeds don't have that firepower. Normal 8 seeds do not got 4 All-Stars and 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates.
I think honestly, they could steal one, right? They could steal one, but also I'm gonna be honest. If Seattle just had a shooter, we would be having a different conversation for sure. If they had like a shooter, a knockdown 3-point shooter type of thing, or just somebody,
but they shooter. There was dependent on Katie, but she got hurt.
Yeah,
she was the shooter.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I feel what you're saying for sure. She's known for her 3-point shooting.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna give them 20 points. I'm just saying she was gonna be their floor stretcher. She was gonna be their floor stretcher
for sure. But they got some games to get it together, and I hope that they do. I hope that they do, and they come competitive. And Sykes said I asked to go to the she asked to go, and she wanted to be a part of a team that could win a championship. So it's like, yo, I mean, you went there, Sykes, and you're in the AFC. Like, I mean, you're not that far off from the Mystics, and so you kind of got to play with a chip on your shoulder too, and get your team acclimated. Like, yo, I ain't come here for us to fall out of AFC and not make the playoffs. And then if we make the playoffs, I ain't come here to lose. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to that team, like you said, all-stars having that winning mindset. NECA Agumike don't win a championship. I mean, pull it together. But I think the same thing with Golden State Valkyrie, though. You don't want to see Seattle also, because you don't want that wearing on you either. Like, you sometimes by the time, listen, this is going to be they only played 5 games last year, y'all. It was 3-5-5. This year is 3-5-7. You gonna need all that energy, in case it goes 7 games. You gonna need all that energy. We've seen it in all sports. By the time you get to the championship, are you winded? Are you tired? You know what I'm saying? Are you beat up from going through the playoffs? So they gotta have mental toughness, etc., to get through it. But man, last to the finish line. It's gonna be interesting to see it because even though me and Zoe think Golden State and Seattle, I mean, look, the Sparks is there, right? The Sparks is there.
Yeah.
Washington Mystics is there. Like, I'm thinking Golden State and Seattle, but this season has done nothing but surprise me over and over again. Like, yo, this season has done nothing but shock me, yo. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're going to see what happens. But what I need you guys to do is make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Hit the all notification on all pages. Go over to Excuse the Takeover and subscribe. I am Zomedia and WBB Universe. Man, Zoe, do you have any last thoughts on any of the topics that we talked about, or on anything?
Not really. They know my take. They know I'm the pressure cooker. I mean, you know, the jury done heard all my cases. Not really. They know what it is. Again, y'all, Key knows basketball. She's just not me. So I don't want nobody to leave this thinking Key don't know basketball. Key is one of the GOATs in the WNBA circles. She's one of the GOATs. When it comes to these basketball topics, she just ain't Prince. That's all. And that ain't no knock against Key.
Look, and to add to what he's saying, he does know basketball. And I don't want to be him. I don't. I want to stay via Key Facts. And he be iamzomedia, the film breakdown king, right? That he is. And I'm going to stay being Key Facts. And y'all know me. I'm going to stay me, 10 toes down on what I said, jury, right? Because we about to adjourn the court. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. You feel me? Look, y'all, ain't no burn marks on me. I ain't never been cooked in my life. Look. No burns on me. Skin good and moisturized. Ain't no burns on me. I'm good. Face good. All that. Heart good. We good. Nah, but hey, man, appreciate y'all for coming through every single week and showing us love, man. Episode 20 feels like episode 200. Man, it feels like episode 200. Before I get out of here, Paper Sack Brown, I don't want you to think that we forgot about you, but when we get into these heated debates on MVP showdowns and Rookie of the Years, sometimes we can't catch everything. But look.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
Man, shout out to Paper Sack Brown for the $9.99 super chat. Salute Key and Prince. Not the biggest AT fan, but AT should have won unanimously in 23 and last year with a second seed. I got you, Paper Sack Brown. Shout out to you for the $10 super chat. We appreciate you and your support, man. I hate that I got it so late. I hate that I got to it so late, but we very much do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all already know what to do. Hit the like button on the way out. And I just got something so special for y'all, man. We got a surprise stream tonight. You got to come through. If you had a ball on Monday, we got some more cutting up to do on Stars Hoop Central today. We got some more cutting up to do on Stars Hoop Central today, man. We got some more cutting up to do. So if you had a ball on Monday, come through tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. Come through on Stars Hoop Central. We live tonight. We got some cutting up to do, some things to talk about, great and juicy topics about women hoops. So thank y'all so much for coming through. Like I said, hit the like button on the way out. Y'all be good and be safe out there. And we're going to catch you on the next Excuse the Takeover episode 21 next week. We up out of here. And we're going to see y'all tonight. I'm telling you, y'all better be in the chat and better come through and hit the like button for Stars Hoop Central tonight. We are gone, y'all. We up out of here.
Excuse the Takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide.
Analyzing chat, every stat, interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.